How you guys doing? I want to give a little video here of everything that I pretty much offered the community. This is my newest machine. It's the Cobra 2. The difference between this and the first Cobra is I removed the lights, removed the pivoting RCA. I just made it more of just a stock machine. Strictly just a tattooing beast. Everyone wants to know the difference between this and the Evader. This is centrifugal drive. It means it spins an offset weight down here. Creates the housing to go back and forth because it's locked in at these two positions. When you create centrifugal force, you're creating energy outwards. You trap it between 2 points here and here. The energy can only be dispersed in two directions. The Evader is a concept off of John Clark's magnetic machine. Basically, you can see the magnets down in there. When this cam spins, it will circle around the magnet that's in the armature bar. You can see the two there. When it spins around this direction, it's going to force the armature bar back and forth, because they're basically fighting each other right now. Those magnets are opposing each other. So when one chases one around the corner, the other one's gonna go around the corner. Kind of like how this Cobra works. It's trapped between two sides here and here, only allowing the escaping this way and that way. That's why I call it the Evader. The two magnets, they evade each other constantly, causing the stroke to go back and forth. The Evader works really well with standard needles. It can use cartridges. Because it's a free-floating system, nothing really touches the armature bar. We're all using magnetic force. When the cartridge is placed in, it's always wanting to press back because of the spring in the cartridge. If you like using this system, the next version will be fully cart compatible, but this version you just simply have to account for the pressure with an extra rubber band around the armature bar, so that it's always wanting to help it push down. Most carts nowadays don't have heavy springs, so you can still just put it in here with nothing and it'll run just fine. But if you're one of those people that like to use those carts with the heavy springs, you're going to need an extra rubber band for this system. The Evader or the Cobra 2s, you're not. Those are fully compatible with everything. If you were to buy a switch, when it comes out of the packaging, I do not recommend people going and grabbing it by the foot. These feet come off, okay? Very simple. Switch is just a switch. When you step on it, connecting a switch. These extra feet, everyone always wants to know what the hell. Well, I like them because I like to feel my pedal. I don't like those little paper thin ones. When you press on this, all the legs kind of extend out. Gives you a good feel. This isn't ready yet. It's not on the market. Will be coming. Obviously, you see it lights up. People always want to know, why are you always putting lights on everything? Well, for one, I don't want to burn out my motors or fuck up my coils or anything. An LED light with a capacitor on it will always tell you if you're running a good, positive to positive, negative to negative. Most of us, we just grab our clip cord, slap it on our machine, and go to town. Not paying attention. Yeah, a motor will run, but it's going to run in reverse. You're going to burn out your brushes real quick. Collect them full of fucking gunk. Anyways, I think it just looks cool too. The adjuster will shorten your stroke. You can see extending a magnet out. Turn it the other way and it'll bring it back in. A little more than you would ever need. It goes all the way to 0. So your freedom is everywhere in between there. It's up to you. 100% give. It's one thing about my machines that are different about everyone else. Well, except unless you use a coil. I have 100% give, just like a coil. Doesn't hurt the motor. I can hold this all day long, perfectly still, and that weight just spins. All the freedom in the world. You can see this works very similar in stroke wise as the Cobra 2. 100% give, just like a coil. It's fully adjustable, same adjustment system as the Cobra 2. It's just that when it runs, it operates different down there in the drive system. The Evader makes an excellent liner. Excellent liner. Black and gray shader all day long. Cobra 2, great liner, excellent packer. Color, saturation, bad guy. This guy looks mean, but has a very beautiful soft hit. People ask me what's the difference between the 12 volt and the 9 volt. Well, the 12 volt is basically a softer motor. It doesn't have a whole lot of torque. I actually prefer the 12 volts, especially for like shading, black and gray. I like the 12 volt. The 9 volt is a very powerful machine. Right away you can just feel the hit. It's a lot harder, a little harder, a lot more torque I would say in the motor. And this machine is, the RPMs on the 9 volt is no joke. Say you are going to use one of these cartridges with the heavy springs in them. Bishops are nice, they're not very, I would say stiff, is the word I'm looking for. If you do have a stiff cartridge, this magnet here is very easy to pull apart. You just take your thing out, it pops right out. Remove that and stick it towards the back there. Then release some of this back into the so the magnets go back, and now there's really not a whole lot of force on the front side of the stroke. So when you insert your heavy cart, it's going to want to already bring this thing right back to neutral, which will give you your nice play. Like I said, if you don't have those kind of carts, you don't even need to mess with this. Also on the first Cobra, I had a device that you would basically press here. It'd bring a little arm up, you put your rubber band on there and let it go, and it would pull the rubber band down. Like I said, this version is a very simple stock machine version. Back to the basics. Voila. Notice the Evader runs really nice with the soft spring carts. Heavy carts, like I said, you would have to take an extra rubber band and just lace it around your armature bar like so, just to help with the spring. Just don't buy carts with heavy springs. Probably more harm to your machine anyways. And yes, this little piece here, it's just an armrest. That's all it does. I believe that answers pretty much the basics of everything. Of course, all my machines handle normal needles really well. They're more designed around traditional needles, not the cartridge systems. Look, 100% give. Oh yeah, also, the vices. Guillotine vice, but also a lot of people don't understand that, you know, when you traditional machines, you want to crank it all the way down when you're not using it, just so that it's tight. My machines, you don't really have to do that. Just loosen it up till that magnet catches it, and then just finger tight it, okay? It's not going anywhere. It's all held in by a magnet down in there. Get 2 plastic washers, stays in. It's not going anywhere. Now, if you do crank it all the way tight, you might separate it from the magnet. It might fall out, but when there's a tube in there, this thing doesn't come out at all. But yeah, you know, you can clean it out if you need to. Vader's the same way. They all come out. Um, 9 volts, you can run anywhere between 8 and 10.5. The 12 volts, you can even take these up to 14.5. I've ran these things for years now. Up to 14.5, motor does not die. We're not putting as that many amps into this motor as it's you know, intended for, so we're actually not really hurting it. Don't be afraid to. I've been marking my boxes at 14.5 max. The 9 volts, I would take the 10, maybe 10.5 if you really have to go that fast. That's really fast. That's about it. Don't know any other questions people usually ask. 100% warranty as long as you don't take it apart. You try to take it out, fix something, and then you can't get it, you fucked it up, you send it back to me, I'm going to charge you for all that shit. You just send it back to me, I'm going to fix it like it was the day it was brand new, send it back to you, no problems. If you send me a Chinese version of this, I will just basically gut it, throw it in the trash, I don't know, take it to the range, Target, who knows. Don't send me your Chinese shit. And that's about it. The cords I'm going to have here in the next few months, probably like November. Appreciate you guys sticking to this kind of boring video, but I hope it was educational enough for anybody who's looking to buy these machines. A lot of people are scared just because of the way they look. They don't understand how they function. It's a pretty simple machine. Thank you for watching.